Ladies and gentlemen, there is a power within you stronger than any failure you've faced, greater than any obstacle you've encountered. It's not outside you. It's not in luck or circumstance or in someone else's permission. It's inside your own mind. Right now, at this very moment, you hold the key to your success. It is not buried deep or locked away. It's waiting for you to believe in it, to unleash it, to live by it. You were not made for mediocrity. You were created with purpose, built with potential, and gifted with the ability to rise above any limitation. The secret to success is not about where you start. It's about how you think. Change your mindset, and you will change your world. Speak life into your dreams. Declare possibility where others see problems. Say yes where the world says no. Because when you believe in the power God placed within you, there is nothing you cannot become, nothing you cannot achieve. Success is not out there. Success is a mindset, and today you begin to live it. Success does not begin with wealth, connections, or education. It begins in the quiet, powerful place within your mind. What you think about most, you move toward. The ideas you hold about yourself, whether of strength or weakness, confidence or fear, begin to shape the world around you. You see, your outer circumstances are often the direct result of your inner dialogue. If you dwell on defeat, you will begin to walk in defeat. But if you feed your mind with belief, courage, and determination, you will start to see the world respond with new possibilities. Every great achievement in history began as a single thought in the mind of a person who dared to believe it could happen. That same power is within you. You are not limited by your past. You are not defined by what others have said about you. You are defined by the thoughts you choose to dwell on today. Think thoughts of faith. Think thoughts of hope. Think thoughts of strength. You are the thinker of your thoughts. You are not their victim. If a negative thought comes, you can reject it. If a thought of discouragement arises, you can replace it with a thought of perseverance. That is the beginning of success. It is not flashy. It is not loud. It's quiet and personal. It is you choosing to believe in yourself when no one else sees what you're capable of. It is you refusing to give up even when you feel tired. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant and water will grow. If you plant thoughts of failure and water them with fear, they will grow into weeds that choke your confidence. But if you plant thoughts of victory, of possibility, of faith, and water them daily with prayer, positive thinking, and determination, you will soon see a harvest of strength and success in your life. It doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen. And the moment you begin is the moment your life begins to change. When you wake up in the morning, what you say to yourself matters. Do not speak defeat before your day has even begun. Declare, I am strong, I am capable, I am blessed, I have the power to create a good day today. These are not just words. They are seeds of transformation. Hold your head high. Look in the mirror and remind yourself that you were created for greatness. Not arrogance, not pride, but divine purpose. God did not make you by accident. He equipped you with everything you need to succeed. When you change the way you think, your whole life shifts. Doors begin to open. People begin to notice. Strength begins to rise. The path to success is already there. You only need to walk it with the mindset of a winner. So take control of your thoughts. Feed your mind with faith. Begin today to think like a success, live like a success, and you will become one. You are more powerful than you realize. Deep within you, there is a source of strength that no challenge can overcome. No failure can extinguish, and no fear can silence. You may not always feel it. and the world may try to convince you otherwise, but the truth remains. You were created with greatness in your very being. Before you ever took your first breath, God planted seeds of divine potential within your soul. These are not ordinary seeds. They are seeds of courage, seeds of victory, seeds of perseverance, seeds of purpose. And they were placed in you not to lie dormant, but to grow, to rise, and to flourish. You were not born to live in the shadows of doubt or dwell in the valley of defeat. You were created for the mountaintop. Every setback you've faced, every hardship you've endured, every scar you carry, they do not disqualify you. In fact, they are part of your preparation. They have strengthened your roots and toughened your spirit. They have refined you, not ruined you. What may look like the end is often just the beginning of a greater rise. When life presses you down, it's not to crush you, but to awaken the greatness within you. But for those seeds to grow, they must be watered daily with belief, belief in yourself, belief that God didn't make a mistake when He made you. You must speak to the power within you, especially when life gets heavy. Tell yourself, I was made for more. I was created for victory. I may feel weak, but strength lives in me. I may not see the way, but the way is being prepared. Don't wait for others to affirm you. Affirm yourself. The power to rise is not in what others give you, it's in what you already carry. There is a champion inside you waiting to be called out, a visionary, a leader, a healer, a creator, but you must believe it before you can see it. The mind will often try to limit what the heart knows is possible. That's why faith is essential. Faith bridges the gap between what you see and what you are destined for. Faith says, even when I don't feel strong, I am strong. Even when I can't see the outcome, I know victory is mine. That kind of belief activates the power God placed inside you. So today, remind yourself of who you really are. You are not weak. You are not helpless. You are not forgotten. You are a vessel of divine power. You are equipped. You are empowered. You are rising. The world needs what you have to offer. Let that greatness out. Let it speak. Let it move. Let it lead. You are more powerful than you've ever known, and now is the time to live like it. There is no force more powerful than belief. Belief in yourself and belief in the divine power that created you. When you hold faith in your heart and think positively in your mind, you align yourself with something extraordinary. You begin to tap into a spiritual force that moves beyond logic, beyond limits, beyond fear. Belief is not simply hoping something might happen. It is knowing deep in your soul that something already can happen, will happen, and must happen. It's not about ignoring reality. It's about shaping it through the lens of faith. Positive belief doesn't close its eyes to challenges. It looks those challenges squarely in the face and says, "You will not stop me." Faith in yourself is not arrogance. It's confidence born from understanding that you are God's creation and God does not make mistakes. You were made on purpose and with purpose. When you start to believe this truth, you begin to think differently. You carry yourself differently, you speak with more conviction, you act with more boldness, and that inner shift begins to change everything around you. The mountain in your way suddenly doesn't look as big. The fear that held you back begins to lose its grip. Why? Because belief transforms your perspective, and your perspective shapes your reality. Many people misunderstand positive thinking. They see it as shallow optimism or unrealistic fantasy. But real positive belief, the kind rooted in faith, is not wishful thinking. It is spiritual power in motion. It's the engine that drives resilience, perseverance, and growth. It allows you to keep going when others give up. It helps you see a way when others see a wall. And most of all, it fuels you with a sense of hope that is unshakable. Hope is not weakness. Hope is fuel. It is the strength to say, this is not the end, even when everything feels like it's falling apart. When you align your mind with faith and feed your thoughts with truth, you become a magnet for miracles. Doors start to open. People are drawn to your light. Opportunities begin to flow. But it all starts with your belief in what God can do through you, your belief that you are capable, and your belief that better is always possible. That kind of belief changes how you speak to yourself. You stop saying, I can't, and start saying, with God's help, I can. You stop saying, I'm not enough, and start saying, I am equipped and empowered. Every time you choose belief over doubt, faith over fear, positivity over negativity, you take a step closer to your purpose. You build momentum. You invite transformation. You become the person you were always meant to be. So hold tight to that belief. Guard it, speak it, live it, because faith in yourself, backed by faith in God, is not just a good idea. It is an unstoppable force. Negative thinking is a silent thief. It steals your confidence, robs your peace, and locks you in a prison of self-doubt. The words you whisper to yourself in quiet moments hold more power than the voices of the world. When you say things like, I can't, or I'm not good enough, you're not just expressing doubt. You're building walls in your own mind. You are setting limits on what you can become, not because of truth, but because of fear disguised as logic. The truth is, you were not made to live under the weight of defeatist thinking. You were made to rise, to conquer, to walk boldly with purpose. That begins with eliminating every thought that says you're not worthy, not able, or not enough. When you catch yourself thinking, it's impossible, stop and challenge that thought. Ask yourself, is it really impossible? Or is it just unfamiliar? Is it really beyond me? Or is it just outside my comfort zone? More often than not, what we call impossible is just unattempted. You must not allow fear to write the story of your life. Don't let past failures or other people's opinions become the foundation of your belief system. Instead, choose a new foundation, one built on faith, hope, and divine strength. Start replacing those toxic thoughts with life-giving truths. Instead of saying, I can't do this, say, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Instead of thinking, I'm not qualified, declare, I am equipped, prepared, and guided. Instead of whispering, it's too late for me, proclaim, my time is now and my future is full of promise. These are not just positive sayings. These are spiritual declarations that rewire your mind, strengthen your soul, and align your thoughts with divine truth. Words are seeds. When you plant defeat, you harvest discouragement. But when you plant faith, you harvest miracles. Speak life into your day. Look into the mirror and say, I am strong, I am chosen, I am rising. The more you speak these truths, the more your mind will believe them. And as your thoughts change, your actions will follow. You'll walk with more confidence. You'll make decisions with more boldness. You'll face challenges with more courage. The battle for success is first won in the mind. You can't live a victorious life with a defeated mindset. That's why your number one task is to guard your thoughts. Don't entertain lies. Don't let negative self-talk become your internal soundtrack. Replace every limiting belief with a limitless truth. When doubt tries to enter, flood your mind with faith. When fear whispers in your ear, let your soul answer with bold declarations. God has not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Use that sound mind to think thoughts that lift you higher. Build a mindset where belief drowns out doubt and hope replaces despair. Your thoughts are the architects of your destiny. Make them strong. Make them faithful. Make them victorious. Success is not a random event. It is not something reserved for a chosen few or handed out by luck or chance. Success is a daily decision, a choice you make with each sunrise. Every morning when your feet hit the floor, you are faced with two options. You can choose to believe in the possibility of success, or you can allow doubt and fear to guide your day. The direction of your life will always follow the direction of your thoughts. That's why what you choose to believe each day matters more than you know. If you start the day thinking you're not capable, then your actions will reflect that doubt. But if you begin with a heart full of faith and a mind set on victory, your entire approach to life begins to shift. Choosing success each day is about forming the habit of confident thinking. It's not a one-time decision, it's a daily discipline. Just as you brush your teeth or get dressed in the morning, you must also prepare your mind. You must tell yourself, today, I believe in myself. Today, I expect good things. Today, I walk in purpose. Even if you don't feel like it, speak it. Even if yesterday didn't go as planned, still choose to believe that today holds new opportunity. Your consistency in choosing belief will begin to build a strong, confident mindset over time. The habit of confident thinking doesn't mean you'll never have doubts. It means that you refuse to let doubt lead the way. It means that when fear comes knocking, you don't open the door. You pause, breathe, and choose a better thought. You choose to say, this challenge is tough, but so am I. I've come through worse before, and I'll rise again. Every time you choose to think this way, you're not just surviving the day. You're building the mindset of a successful person. Success is built in the small moments, the quiet victories that no one sees. It's in waking up early to work on your dream. It's in making the difficult decision that brings long-term growth. It's in staying positive when circumstances try to pull you down. The more you choose those moments of strength and belief, the more they compound. They build upon one another and slowly transform your life. That's the secret many miss. Success is not a giant leap. It's a series of small, faithful steps taken daily with belief and purpose. So tomorrow morning and every morning after, make the decision before the world makes it for you. Choose to believe. Choose to speak life. Choose to walk with purpose. When you do this day after day, you create a powerful momentum that carries you forward. And over time, you'll look back and realize that success didn't come from one big breakthrough. It came from the daily choice to believe, to act, and to move forward in faith. Obstacles will come. That is the one certainty in the journey towards success. But how you see them, how you respond to them, will make all the difference in your life. Most people view obstacles as barriers, as reasons to turn back or give up. But the truth is, every obstacle you face is a doorway to growth, a disguised opportunity for transformation. What may look like a setback is often the setup for your greatest breakthrough. Life's challenges are not designed to break you, but to build you. They test your determination, shape your character, and prepare you for greater blessings ahead. Think about it. Some of the most powerful moments in your life came from seasons of struggle. You didn't ask for them, but they made you stronger. You may have been knocked down, but you didn't stay there. You learned, you adapted, you grew. The storm didn't destroy you. It refined you. That's the hidden gift in every obstacle. It stretches your faith, forces you to dig deeper, and calls forth strength you never knew you had. Without resistance, there can be no growth. Just like a muscle must be pushed to its limit to gain strength, your spirit must face pressure to discover its real power. Your attitude in the face of difficulty is the steering wheel of your destiny. If you respond with fear, frustration, and self-pity, you remain stuck. But if you meet obstacles with faith, resilience, and a mindset that says, "There's something in this for me," then you move forward. You rise, you transform adversity into advancement. It's not about pretending things aren't hard, it's about choosing how you face the hard things. When you start to believe that problems are here to grow you, not stop you, then you start using every challenge as a stepping stone to success. Some of the world's greatest success stories were born out of hardship. Men and women who turned rejection into redirection, failure into fuel, pain into power. What set them apart wasn't the absence of problems, but the presence of a powerful mindset. They refused to let circumstances control their outcome. They looked at the mountain and said, "You will not block me, you will lift me." That same spirit is available to you. The strength to rise is already within you. You just have to tap into it when the road gets rough. Every time you encounter difficulty, you have a choice. You can see it as a wall, or you can see it as a ladder. You can complain, or you can conquer. You can retreat, or you can rise. The choice is always yours. And when you decide to embrace obstacles as part of your growth, life begins to shift. The impossible becomes possible. The difficult becomes doable. You stop running from problems and start running toward purpose. That is how you rise, not in spite of the struggle, but because of it. Progress is not always loud. It's not always made in giant leaps or bold achievements. Sometimes progress looks like taking a single, quiet step forward when your heart is heavy and your path is unclear. Success does not require perfection. It requires movement, consistent, faithful, deliberate movement in the direction of your dream. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need every detail planned. What you need is the courage to keep going, even when the outcome is uncertain, because movement creates momentum, and momentum opens doors that standing still never could. Every great accomplishment began with someone deciding to keep going. They weren't stronger, smarter, or more fortunate. They simply refused to quit. They took one step and then another, and as they moved, the way became clearer. That's how faith works. Faith doesn't always come with a blueprint or a guarantee. Faith says, take the next step and trust that the path will appear. It's not always easy. There will be times when fear will try to paralyze you. Doubt will whisper, "What's the point?" The road ahead may feel uncertain, and the voices around you may not always be encouraging. But that's when you must remember that God honors movement. He honors those who step forward, even with trembling feet. You may not see the whole staircase, but you are not called to. You are only called to take the next step. Small actions done with great faith are more powerful than grand intentions with no follow-through. It's in the small daily disciplines, praying when you don't feel like it, working when no one is watching, trusting when there's no visible reason to. Real breakthroughs are born. These are the moments that shape your future. These are the steps that build your legacy. There is power in persistence. There is strength in staying the course. You may stumble, you may fall, but if you rise again with faith, you are still moving forward. Don't measure your progress by the speed of others. Stay focused on your path. Keep your eyes on your goal. Trust that as you walk in faith, God is working behind the scenes, arranging people, timing, and circumstances in your favor. Sometimes He delays the answer to grow your faith. Sometimes He blocks the door to lead you to a better one, but He is always moving when you are moving. You don't need to wait until everything feels right. You don't need all the answers to begin. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. And as you go, strength will come. Clarity will come. Miracles will come. Just keep walking, one faithful step at a time. Because success doesn't belong to those who never fall, it belongs to those who never stop rising. Keep moving forward, keep trusting, keep believing. The path to victory is not in standing still, but in walking forward with faith. Before success ever becomes a reality in your life, it must first become a clear and living vision in your mind. If you cannot see it, you cannot reach it. Visualization is more than a daydream. It is the blueprint of your destiny. What you constantly hold in your thoughts, you begin to move toward with your actions, your words, and your energy. When you picture success in your mind, when you feel it as though it has already happened, you align your inner world with the power to make it real in the outer world. Your imagination is not a child's toy. It is a spiritual tool, a divine gift, and a bridge between where you are and where you are called to be. Everything great that has ever been built was first built in someone's mind. The tallest buildings, the fastest planes, the most powerful speeches, the greatest victories, they all began with someone seeing it before others could. They saw the end from the beginning. That is what you must learn to do. You must learn to close your eyes and see yourself already there. See yourself walking in success, speaking with boldness, moving through life with purpose. Feel the emotion of accomplishment, the peace of progress, the joy of victory. The more real it becomes in your inner vision, the more powerfully it begins to manifest in your outer reality. But visualization must be more than a passive thought. It must be lived, spoken, and walked. Speak success into your day. Talk as if it's already on the way. Say, I am moving toward greatness. I am living in purpose. I am surrounded by favor. Your words shape your reality. When your speech aligns with your vision, you begin to carry a different energy, an energy of confidence, of expectancy, of unwavering belief, and that energy draws success to you. You attract what you think about most, what you speak about most, and what you believe most deeply. Visualization is not pretending, it is preparation. It is setting your mind on what you want so clearly that you begin to act in agreement with it. You begin to walk in opportunities you used to overlook. You carry yourself differently. You treat your time, your talent, and your relationships with more intention. That's the power of vision. It causes you to live like the future is already here. And when you live that way, success is no longer a far-off dream. It becomes a present force pulling you toward the life you were always meant to live. So every day, take a moment to see your success, not vaguely, not someday, But now picture it, feel it, speak it. Walk in it, because what you consistently visualize, you will eventually realize. Your life will rise to the level of your vision. Set it high, set it strong, and never stop believing in what your mind can see. Because if you can see it with faith, you will hold it with your hand. Your mind is a miracle machine capable of producing extraordinary outcomes when it is powered by faith, charged with purpose, and directed by intention. Most people go through life unaware of the immense creative power that resides within them. They allow fear, doubt, and negativity to dominate their thinking, never realizing that the very thoughts they entertain are shaping their reality. The truth is, the mind is not just a tool. It is a divine engine designed by the Creator to bring vision to life, to solve problems, to rise above limitations, and to carve out new paths where none seem to exist. When you begin to treat your mind as the sacred and powerful machine it truly is, everything in your life begins to change. What you feed your mind matters. Just like a machine requires the right fuel to function, your thoughts must be aligned with truth, faith, hope, and determination. If you constantly feed your mind with negative messages, with fear-based thinking, or with discouraging words, your mind will start to produce outcomes that reflect those thoughts. But if you feed your mind with thoughts of courage, speak words of belief, and dwell on possibilities instead of problems, you activate a whole new level of mental power. Suddenly, solutions begin to appear. Creativity flows. Confidence rises. You begin to walk in purpose instead of confusion. The power of your mind lies in its ability to imagine, to focus, and to believe. When your thoughts are focused on where you want to go rather than what you fear, your mind begins to work like a compass, constantly pointing you toward your goal. Ideas will come. Motivation will grow. Resources and people will begin to appear, often at the right time and in the right way. That's not coincidence. That's the miracle power of a trained and directed mind at work. You begin to realize that you're not a victim of life's circumstances. You're a creator of your own future, one thought at a time. But this doesn't happen by accident. A miracle mind must be trained daily. It must be disciplined. You must be intentional about what you read, what you listen to, and what you speak. Your mind must be reminded of who you are and whose you are. Affirmations rooted in truth can reprogram fear-based patterns and replace them with bold, faith-filled belief. Scripture, positive declarations, and empowering thoughts should become your daily mental diet. Over time, this practice becomes your new way of thinking, and your new way of thinking becomes your new way of living. Never underestimate what your mind can achieve when it is aligned with divine truth. With the right thoughts, your mind will move mountains, rebuild broken dreams, and design a future that aligns with your highest calling. Train it, guard it, use it with purpose, because once your mind truly believes, your life will follow, and miracles will no longer be the exception. They will become your expectation. You were not created for defeat. You were not placed on this earth to merely survive or struggle without purpose. You were made by a Creator who does not make mistakes, who does not produce failures, who does not design anything without meaning. Within you, from the very beginning, was planted the seed of success, an inner power waiting to be awakened. It may have been buried under fear, covered by past disappointments, or silenced by the noise of the world, but it has never left you. It is still there, alive and waiting. That spark, that gift, That divine force within you was placed there for a reason. It is your responsibility to believe in it, to nurture it, and to bring it into the light. Your destiny is not decided by where you started or by what others have said about you. It is not limited by your past or defined by your failures. It is determined by the belief you choose to hold about yourself and the power you dare to activate from within. You were destined for success, and not just any kind of success, but the kind that aligns with your purpose, your passion, and your divine assignment. This success is not something you chase. It is something you awaken. It already exists within you, waiting to be claimed. That means you don't have to wait for someone to open the door for you. You don't have to hope someone will notice your worth. You already carry the value, the strength, and the ability within you. What you need to do is believe it, speak it, live like it's true because it is. Too often we wait for permission to shine, to rise, or to move forward, but your Creator already gave you permission. You were called. You were equipped. You were made for more than just existing. You were made to thrive. The moment you begin to believe in your divine design, your whole world starts to shift. You stop chasing approval. You stop fearing failure. You begin to stand tall, walk with confidence, and speak with clarity. You begin to operate from a place of assurance that no matter what comes against you, the power within you is greater. That power is courage. That power is resilience. That power is faith. And when you awaken it fully, you become unstoppable. You were never meant to shrink to fit into small places. You were meant to expand, to lead, to overcome, to rise. Let today be the day you stop doubting and start declaring. The day you stop waiting and start walking. The day you silence every lie and stand firm in the truth that your success is not a wish. It is your birthright. You were destined for it, built for it, and now you must rise into it. The power is within you. Believe it, act on it, live it. Believe with all your heart that you were born to win, and by the grace of God and the power of positive thinking, you will